Hello, my hotties. A very good evening to you. Touch me cap there. It's just me, Scottie McClue, and we are live on the big one just for you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I say lots to talk about tonight and lots of beautiful new videos for you. So I hope you'll come and join us as soon as possible and let us know what is what and a big dinky do to you. I've just put a good evening up. We shall multi-stream as well on the YouTube channel. So I've put a good evening up so that you've got that there as well. And we'll tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 that Scottie McClue is here saying dinky-doo to every single one of you. How amazing is that? Now, I took a chance on it. I hedged my bets. And I thought to myself, most people will have had their tea by 6:30. So there we are. And I'll give them about, 9 or 10 minutes just to digest that. Then they can come and join us. Because then you're not distracted if you want to watch the football tonight if you're in Scotland. There's Debster says, hello. Hello, Debster. Lovely to have you with us. And a big dinky-doo, I say to you. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. Hi, Scotty. Great to hear you again. Thank you, Tony. Lovely to have you with us. Remember, if you're coming on, of course, let us know exactly where you're watching from. Buenos Aires, Scotty, from the Clyde Valley. Yes, lovely to have you with us from the Clyde Valley. I say, how dinky-doo is that? Good evening, Scotty, says Susan. Good evening, Susan. I hope you are well. And I'm so glad you could join us. This is a very random pop-up, of course. Fantastic stuff. So get tapping if you're watching. Tap, tap, tappity, tap. Let everybody know that we're on. And then come and join us. It's as simple as that. It's not rocket science, as I told them at my NASA interview. There we go. Now, apparently I've got to pin a little goal here, it's telling me. These things, they tell you what to do, you see. And we've got, there's a goal popped up. And what is on the goal? Yes, indeed, you can see it just there. How good is that? Wonderful stuff. We absolutely love it. Fantastic. Now, I'll pop that down. There we go. Scotty, hello again from the Great Plains of Nebraska. How are you? Spencer, it's always such a joy and a privilege to have you with us from Nebraska. Welcome, welcome, I say. Hi, Scotty, it's Kenny from sunny Saltcoats. Kenny, I'm so glad. It's the holiday season still in full swing in Saltcoats. There we are. Wrexham are on top, says Harry. Dinky-doo, Harry. Lovely to have you with us from Wrexham. I think I used to be heard in Wrexham. Scotty, has been any further discussion on your channel regarding the Spanish kiss? Well, there's always discussion. Somebody was saying that we have to not forget that a kiss is an appreciation. And a kiss is a sort of loving thing, a pleasant thing. So we have to be very careful we don't make kissing unpleasant. So there you are. Are you in the lodge? No, I'm in the house. Absolutely. I don't go to the wine lodge now because I don't drink, you see. Hi from Fife, God's own country. Hello, Matt. How lovely to have you with us. And dinky-doo. Remember the big wine lodge in Blackpool? It was great. Fantastic. I'm doing well now, thanks. Scotty, says Susan. Good, Susan. Excellent stuff. So there you are. Hi from Fife. Now, who have we got here? Elsie says, oh, give us a tune on the Muthi. Well, I don't have a Muthi. Believe it or not, and you might not believe me, but I could give you a tune on the Muthi. I am a Muthi man. So there we are. Hi, Elsie, dinky-doo. Hey, Scotty. Maybe if the Spanish man had been playing the Muthi, he wouldn't have got into bother. Good evening, Scotty, and dinky-doo, says the wonderful Thomas. Thomas, so lovely to have you with us, and a big dinky-doo to you, I say to you. There we are. Now then, who's asking that? There we go. Well, I'm not going to respond to that. Hey, dinky-doo, what's happening, Scotty? says AGS. We are very, very busy tonight, AGS. Lots of new TikTok videos for you all and lots of new YouTube videos. Have you all tried out the YouTube channel? It's amazing. I told a wee joke on and about, I think just under 2,000 people saw it. It only lasts 7 seconds. It's wonderful, isn't it? We like that. You could do a program, and have maybe a few hundred watching or something, but you could tell a 7-second joke and thousands join you. It's wonderful. So there's a tip for all you YouTubers. Drop in the odd funny, I say to you. Chris has just joined us. Lovely to have you with us, Chris. Guys, if you're watching on the TikTok, get following right away. Very important. Up to the top left, click the plus. There we go. And pay a visit to the YouTube channel. Let me know when you're on it, and I'll give you a mention. And, of course, subscribe when you're over there. James has just joined us. Lovely to have you with us. I thought I'd pop up before the football tonight, because some of you think, oh, Scotty's on. I'd rather watch Scotty, but I don't want to leave the football. All that sort of stuff. So we don't mind. There we are. Good. Fantastic. I love my friends from the Clyde Valley. Buonasera. Superb. Let us know where you're watching from, though, guys. Very important. I mean, what were your own feelings about the Spanish kiss? That might be becoming a term now. She gave him a Spanish kiss. That sort of stuff. Interesting. I'd rather have a Spanish kiss than a Spanish tummy. I shall tell you that for nothing. There we go. Or Spanish practices. Does anybody know what Spanish practices are? There we are. I think we should hear about that. Hola! You're watching Scottie McClue. We are, of course, live on the big one. That is TikTok. Get tap, tap, tappity, tap, tappity, tappity, tap as soon as you possibly can. And we will come and join you. That's what it's about. I say to you. Now, lots and lots of new videos, guys. So let me know what you think of them. I've uploaded them today onto your TikTok and your YouTube channel. Are you enjoying the videos? We need to know about that as well. If you're watching right now, tap, tap, tappity, tap, tappity, tappity, tap on your phone as soon as you like. So there we go. Can we patent the Spanish kiss on this channel? Well, you never know what you can patent these days, I tell you, on DINKY-DOO. Fantastic. Lee, I've never actually gone and done it, to be honest with you. So I wouldn't be able to tell you. That's the whole point. Not really terribly interested in that. But I did think that with the football on, we'd better make a quick appearance tonight and just let you know what is what. Have you all followed? Who's not followed on TikTok? If you've not followed, then please feel extremely guilty. Yes, the Spanish kiss. I mean, what do we all think about it? Is it overblown, if you'll pardon the pun? Watching for Paisley, Chief. We love it, love it. Thank you for that. Currently watching from Madagascar, says Euro Finley. Euro Finley, we were so busy on Saturday night, I didn't get a chance to tell all the nations where you were and where you were going. We love it. Going to Malawi on Friday. So Euro Finley, who travels a lot, is currently in Madagascar, and he goes to Malawi on Friday. Predictions for Rangers tonight. Well, what do you think? Eindhoven, have they got form? We need to know. It's all that. DINKY-DOO. Paisley here, Chief. We love it, love it. Hi, Scotty, David and John. DINKY-DOO. David McCafferty, you are the most incredible man. I popped up another one of our wonderful chats, our chaffs, as we call them. So you'll see that on the YouTube videos there. You're right in there, David. You're a very important man. And we know that sometimes you hide your light under a bushel. Now, do you know what I mean by that one? Hello, how are you doing? Says Argyle fan We're DINKY-DOO. Lovely to have you with us. Fantastic, I say to you. Say mega fabulous, says ZF4. Well, mega fabulous to you, ZF4. I say, we're always mega fabulous. Afternoon from Northampton, buddy. We love it, Sam. Are you beavering away making shoes? Do you know Elvis Presley? Well, sadly, Elvis has passed away. I don't know if you keep up to date with the news, but Elvis has passed away. But I didn't get the chance to meet him. User 694, of course. Of course. There we have. Absolutely. Now, never mind the Spanish kiss. Have you ever had a deli belly? I've had a large belly. I don't know, and I don't think that's the title of a drink. No, we haven't had the deli belly, thank goodness. I say to you, say hi to Jenny, please, says Warren. Warren. That's a nice one. I've seen Warren, but Warren. We like that. So we'll say hi to Jenny Warren. Not a problem. Can everybody watching tap their phones? If you're on the TikTok, get tap, tap, tappity, tap, tappity, 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 tap, because it lets everybody know that we're live. Because the big regret that I have is that poor souls come and go, oh, well, Scotty was on and I missed him. I miss Scotty. Noah, thank you for my love you heart. That is so very kind of you. There is a little one up there, a wee goal. But Scottie McClue is always free, as you know. Wow, lovely heart. I thank you. Good evening from Bomor in Isla. Ah, good evening, Ali. Kamraha umaha. Achiva. I say to you. And of course, Achiva. We'll say that as well when you're going. God save Scotland. Oh, God has saved Scotland many a time. And of course, God save Ireland. We say to you, DINKY-DOO. Where was I in Ireland? Here's a wee quiz. Where was I in Ireland when I popped out the car to see a lovely little memorial in the middle of the town? And it was to Gerard Manley Hopkins. Where was I? Okay. Scotty, did you get the sun today? It was beautiful here at Lanark. Well, I got all the papers today. Our cat brought a lizard in to cut a boot with. I hope the lizard was okay. Are you alive at Scotty's phone in? Who's that?
DINKY-DOO, Scotty. It's Tom again.
Tom DINKY-DOO. How lovely to have you with us.
Yeah, it's good to be here, Scotty.
Yeah, you're a top man. How's the video doing?
The video, I haven't really seen. I don't think much happens. I think you're the only one that's watched it, Scotty.
Right, absolutely. Well, I wonder if we can get it up on the Scottie McClue YouTube site. It might,
Scotty, that's all right.
It might say no to me. It might say this is not your video, you know.
Yeah, that's no big deal, Scotty. Whatever you want.
There's somebody from Northern Ireland, UK, saying, do you have a Northern Ireland flag up?
I don't know. I don't bother with flags, Scotty.
No, absolutely. So what would be the Northern Ireland flag? Is it not the Union flag?
Very controversial question, Scotty. You know, it's hard to say, really.
Right, or is there a separate Northern Ireland flag?
Well, a lot of people think it's the Red Cross with a red hand of Ulster on it.
Oh, the red hand of Ulster. So it's effectively the English flag, but with the red hand in the middle.
Yeah, and then some people just think it's the tricolour, the same as the South, you know?
The same as the South, absolutely. Very interesting discussion. What is the flag of Northern Ireland? Is it the Union flag? Is it the red hand of Ulster on the English flag? Or is it the tricolour? Isn't that interesting?
Yep.
Wow.
It is, yeah. You could talk about that for hours, Scotty, and I'm sure you could have some debates about it, you know?
Listen, I'm quite sure, Tom, knowing the gang that come on here, we could talk about anything for ages.
Scotty, I was watching some of your old clips from Scott FM and stuff.
Oh yes.
Yeah, very interesting. It's good crack, Scotty. You know.
Did you like? Oh, there's some great crack on there. I mean, it was a huge station. They should never, ever, ever, ever have killed that station off. But you see, what happens it incurs huge jealousy when something's very successful.
What shut it down, Scott FM? Did people leave, or how did that go
Well,
down?
what they did was they said that they weren't going to renew my contract because they weren't a one-trick pony. Yes, which was not strictly fair, because everybody at Scott FM was a first-class broadcaster. And it had such huge audiences, it was making businesses that had been established a long time very, very nervous, because audiences were just switching away from stations they'd listened to for years and coming and joining this wonderful, big, booming, vibrant station. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And it would be the same. Say we came over to the north there and we set up the Scottie McClue phone-in. Everybody would start to migrate to that station. And the established stations who thought they were absolutely, inviolable would just have a panic, they would say, "We need to get rid of this."
Yeah, put them out of action.
Well, it could do, yes, because people go, "Oh, no, we are Scottie McClue fans,
Yeah, well, it's still no excuse to not have Scottie McClue, if you ask me.
Oh, there is no excuse for not having Scottie McClue. It's just that I think after the pandemic, a lot of the people that manage these businesses are very risk averse. They think, and there is, of course, no risk with McClue. That's the whole thing. But they're just risk averse. They think, no, I'd rather just play the music, and we can get a few wee crumbs from the table. If we put McClue on, bang, all the attention will be on this radio station. And of course, nowadays, not just locally or nationally, but throughout the world, people will start tuning in. I mean, they're starting to tune in now on the YouTube channel and the TikTok.
Yeah, well, I've thoroughly enjoyed watching the old clips, and the phone-in was great. You got all sorts of characters on it, and it just sounded wonderful. I could listen to that for hours and hours, Scotty.
Well, you see, people did, Tom. We were on for 3 hours every night. Well, 5 nights a week. And we were on for 3 hours, 5 nights a week. And we know it works any night. It's just you have to have a night off. Otherwise, you'd burn yourself out, And the problem, I think, that you've got is it's so popular because there's nothing against it. People do complain because they get, irritated by what you say. But it's such a winner. The stations since that have gone for it have all won. I've made millions of pounds for radio station owners and media barns,
Yeah, well, that's the thing about it is, how people aren't allowed to have an opinion anymore,
Well, who says that? There's this overwhelming. You see, we keep talking ourselves down. Oh, no, you can't say that. You can't say that. I mean, let's go for it. I mean, for instance, the Spanish kiss would have been a great subject to discuss.
Exactly.
Was it just a warm, wonderful, friendly gesture? And I mean, for goodness sake, everybody used to kiss. The pandemic clobbered it a bit because they didn't want to transfer, whatever it was that was going around.
Yeah, well, see, when you can't have an opinion on the radio, there's nothing interesting to go along with it. That's what makes it interesting, hearing people and other people are joining on and giving you their side of the story. That's what makes it interesting.
Well, I like everyone's opinion on it. I mean, one of the most amazing shows that we ever had was, it was a bit of a huge thing at the time. And it was a Roman Catholic bishop who had had a girlfriend, and I think had some children with a girlfriend or something. I can't remember. It's a long time ago, and the poor soul's gone now. Anyway, but I had to look at it, and I thought, now, what's your opinion? Because it was massive, massive gossip. The papers were full of it, and some pro, some against, all the rest of it. And of course, it was the Catholic Church, one of the most powerful organizations in the world.
Yep.
So what I said was, I think the church should practice what it preaches. Let the bishop confess his sin and give him his job back.
Yep, that sounds all right. And I'm sure you could have had a lot of people join and give you their side, and you would have enjoyed it, and you could have listened to it for a long time.
Well, what happened was the newspapers picked up what was being discussed on Scottie McClue, and that was front page news. That's how big the show was.
They had a field day with it as well.
Oh, they had a day and a half. They were all phoning each other, going, "Are you listening to this?"
I'll tell you, I was watching one of the clips in particular, and I have to say, it was about, you were speaking to a woman who was giving up. You were talking about women in work.
Yes.
Oh, that was great. That one was great.
Well, it went on like that all the time, and you ended up, as I say, with about 250,000 people, which is 10% of the population of the survey area, all the time for the whole 3 hours, 250,000. You would then add that up. So 250,000 per half hour is 500,000 an hour. 3 hours, that's 1.5 million people have heard that show.
Well, I'll tell you something, Scotty. You put the woman in her place.
Well, I had to. You cannot have that nonsense talk. And you see, what you've got now is a couple of broadcasting organizations that are just frightened of their shadow. And what they're doing is they're just really putting out propaganda for the government. They're not even holding the government to account.
100%. They're all worried about getting cancelled and this, that, and the other.
Getting cancelled. Well, we need to put a stop to this cancelling thing. If you ever want to cancel anything, you need to make it, it has to go before a huge public committee of the people.
Absolutely. It's not up to the big bosses to decide what should be done. It's up to the listeners,
Of course it is. And the listeners decided. And what happened is the audience disappeared. They were shocked, but the audience disappeared, and they had to sell the station.
Sure, look at President Trump. Like, they've put him in jail, and nearly.
Well, they haven't actually put him in jail, but they're charging him with stuff.
That's what I mean. But like, the thing about it is, the people don't want that, but it doesn't. To them, it doesn't matter what the people want,
No, but I mean, I think that will backfire. Just watch this space, because whether Mr. Trump was up to anything or nothing, right? Then wait till you see what's probably about to come concerning someone else.
I know.
Do you see what I mean? So you've just got to trust Donald Trump. The man is outstanding. I can't think he would have done anything wrong. And I think it'll be very interesting just to see how that pans out. I've got a few ideas up my sleeve, but I'm not going to spill till I see what turns out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the right thing to do. But see that Joe Biden fella, I don't want to be talking about him, but I think he's past his time. He's past his sell back.
Well, what's he doing? I mean, I would ask the Americans, how much were you paying for your power when Donald Trump was in power? How much were you paying for a gallon of gas? Do you know what I mean? All this stuff about the oil's going to run out. Oil will never run out. It's the second biggest liquid on earth. They have to just tell people it's scarce to keep the price up. Do you know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely.
Otherwise, it'll go down to $1 a barrel.
Donald Trump had the economy at its best.
Oh, absolutely. And he will do again. I think you'll find that'll be a shoe-in next year.
Well, when Donald Trump comes back, all he'll be doing is sweeping up that mess Joe Biden left behind him.
Oh, absolutely. But he'll do that in days. He'll do that in days, and you'll probably find that war will stop.
I was just about to say that. You said to me a while ago, Donald Trump would have that sorted in a phone call.
Well, we'll just see. Yes, I mean, a phone call. I mean, that man is so well known and so powerful, he can just make a phone call. And that's what we like to see. And he's a force for good. He's not one of the baddies. He's one of us. He's not one of them.
Yeah, and he's interested in Ireland,
Oh, yes. Oh, of course. And Scotland.
Yeah, absolutely. And everybody's welcomed him. Everybody has welcomed him, Yeah. He's got his golf course down in Kildare, he's got,
They went to Keene when Joe Biden visited.
No.
But no, I think the Donald's your man.
See, when you watch these interviews where these news companies are interviewing Donald Trump and they ask him all these questions to try and catch him out.
Yeah.
And then whenever the media sees Joe Biden, what do they ask him? What flavour of ice cream did you get?
Yeah, that's probably what they feel he would be best at answering.
Yeah.
Their Scottish TikTok says you're still as handsome as ever. Scotty, I've not heard of you for years. Loved you on the radio. Thank you, Kay. Scotty, can I call you? Yes, of course, of course. DINKY-DOO. Mr. McClue, you blather too much. No one can get a word in. Nadia, that's it. She's pulling me up, Tom, for not letting you speak enough. What do you think?
No, that's no nonsense, Scotty.
Absolutely. Well, we certainly never put up with nonsense, as you know. People say, but you jump in and say, well, you have to jump in because there were so many calls. I mean, I don't know if you read the article, Tom. I'll see if I can send it to you. But we shorted out the network for the telephone network for Central Scotland.
Say again, Scotty, I missed that, sorry.
We shorted out the telephone network for Central Scotland. There were so many calls to the show.
Oh, there you go.
And one of the senior engineers rang the number. He said, are you a business? They said, we're a radio station. He went, oh, well, that explains it a bit. He said, do you do like a big competition around 10 o'clock at night? They went, no, Scotty's on. He went, oh, Scottie McClue. He said, we're on to it. And it cost 75,000 quid to put it right, but they paid.
Oh, yeah, because it's worth it.
Oh, it was well worth it. I mean, we had 460,000 calls in 1 week.
Yeah. That's good going. And hopefully you get on. I know it's still on the house at the minute, but hopefully you get back onto that.
We hope so. There's been one or two holdups because of so-called natural disasters, and that's held it up a wee bit. But we'll keep going, Tom. But this would be massive in the north, I'll tell you.
I'm sure, and I'll tune into it.
And DINKY-DOO, and thanks again, Tom. You're a top man.
Scotty, what sort of scran did you have tonight?
Tonight, the scran was beautiful. It was a steak burger.
Oh,
an actual Aberdeen Angus steak burger. So what about that? And topped with a wee fried egg.
Well, I went to the butcher's earlier on today, and I got myself 2 5-ounce Angus burgers. Wonderful. And 3 fast fry sirloin steaks.
How fantastic. You're some man, Tom. That is beautiful stuff. And do you have the proper butchers locally?
Oh, yes. It's the real deal, Scotty. And good prices, too.
Of course.
So I did the sirloin steaks on the pan, wee bit of butter. And then the chips, I did them in the air fryer.
Ah, lovely. Yes, the air fryer. I'm going to look into this, Tom, with your, with all your knowledge. You've helped immensely.
Oh, it's a good job, Scotty. All right. They come at all prices. You can get cheap ones, you can get expensive ones, and they all come with their own perks. Like the one of the ones I've seen there, it has a wee what would you call it? It's like you stick it into it, and it's like a wee steel point. and say you're roasting a chicken in the air fryer or something, you put the wee pointer onto the chicken and it'll tell you what temperature it is. And
oh, a little thermometer.
That's what you got, a probe.
A little thermometer, a wee probe thermometer. I know exactly what you mean. Fantastic. Tom, thanks again for a brilliant call. Dinky-Doo.
All right, Dinky-Doo, Scotty.
Dinky-Doo, sir. There we are. That's our Tom from Belfast. Yes, indeed. And he knows the power of McClue on the radio. Right, what do we got here? Do you think the Spanish women's team have architected the whole show deliberately? The kiss was innocent, says David. Well, David, most kisses are innocent. And I don't think we should demonize the kiss, not that particular kiss, that's for discussion, but any kiss. We used to kiss all the time. Do you like pork pies, says Big Wayne. Of course I do, Big Wayne. Do you like mince pies? So there you are, rhyming slang. Chris the Commando. Yes, we love a mince pie. A Scottie McClue pie. McClue's pies, we absolutely love it. So there you go. So guys, what do you all think of the kiss? I think we should be told. I think we should discuss it. Now, if you're live on the YouTube, please go down to the bottom left, I think it is, and you'll see a little thumbs up sign. Click it, and that's you giving me a thumbs up. It lets me know that you're watching on YouTube. So can I see that right now? A thumbs up. I'll have to buy a Scottie McClue pie. So there we are. So David, and David's a very wise man. David says the kiss was innocent. What do we all think? Dinky-Doo from Wilmington, North Carolina. Oh. You're live at Scotty's Funnin'. Who's that?
It's me, it's David. As I said, right, this kid has been blown out of proportion.
Yes.
Leave the guy alone.
Yes, just leave him, for goodness sake. It was a very exciting time, and he did a very gent thing, really. Just gave her a kiss and a hug.
Now, we seen what was going on. She was also giving him a hug.
Yes,
right?
of course. She picked him up, did she know?
Yes, stuff like that as well. That went down as well, yes.
Either she picked him up or he jumped up or something. It doesn't matter, you know.
That's right. Then she goes behind the scenes in the women's changing rooms and she starts discussing, oh, I didn't like that. Oh, come on.
I don't know. Listen, a kiss, I mean, for goodness sake, Davey, you know, I mean, if you and I met in the main street in the days gone by, we'd have given each other a big hug, you know. Hello, Davey.
Spanish tradition. They do that in Spain. I've been to all parts of Spain.
Yes.
And it's a Spanish tradition to kiss people on
Same
the
as
on
France.
The cheeks.
France as well.
Yes,
that's right. And I mean, they all knew each other anyway, so, you know, big hug and a kiss, you know, bring it on.
They're trying to bring the whole FIFA team down now. They want them all sacked because of this.
Oh, that's just a lot of nonsense, I'm telling you.
I know. And again, you're back to these silly E-zone missions that the few games the Duchess and that sidekick. Now he's about a bulletproof vest and his free cars in London while he's trying to get all the poor people off the
I think what's going to happen, London will end up emptying. And it'll be his fault. They'll all be away to the country.
Yeah, just like Scotland, Glasgow.
Glasgow, I know. Well, wait till I tell you this. See, in London, if you're parking, I think it's about a tenner or 12 quid to park somewhere, right? See, somebody was saying to me in Paisley, you'll get 3 hours for 20p, you know?
I mean, if you know that they're charging $12.50 a time.
No,
it's
a money maker.
This is ridiculous, $12.50 each person. These people are corrupted thieves.
It's a money maker, Davey.
Yes.
All these things.
You know, and it doesn't matter who's sitting in that parliament. They're all the same. Even Keir Starmer, he's just as bad as well. We don't know who to trust.
Well, I think the problem we don't have, maybe it's time for a new party altogether.
Well, they said, like, we're all stating this. What's the new party going to be called?
You know?
How are we going to get it done?
There's one on the go at the moment that I've heard of, and we'll see how that does, you know what I mean?
Right, okie dokie, I understand, you know.
Hello,
As I
Amber.
said, you know, people were standing up the other day in London. I don't know if you heard about the big marches, but is it going to change anything?
Well, I
No,
don't know that
so.
it does, to be honest about it. I think people will have to say no.
They've had enough of the way we're getting treated.
Yeah, well, everybody's had enough of that. I mean, nobody's going to put up with that.
Nah, including the immigrants. I don't care. Get them out. Get them back to their
There's
homeland.
Farhan on here saying, Scotty boy, who's the handsome devil in the photo behind you? Oh, I say that's Lord Reith the Labrador.
Lord Reith and yourself, son, you know.
Oh, did you see that one, Davey? I put it up last night. Just the two of us. Now, that's Lord Reith. The wee one is Clyde. The wee one running about in the videos is Clyde. That's Lord Reith in the 40. So you'll see him. He's as big as myself. I had to say I'm the one on the left.
Right, I understand. As I said, they were lovely dogs, you know what I mean? It's a shame, but we dearly depart, you know what I mean? You know.
There's Angel in Germany saying, woher kommen Sie? So I'm going to have to say, nicht Deutsch sprechen, ich bin ein Ausländer, nicht verstehen.
Robin, so she said, but Robin kommen Sie, is that right?
She says, kommen Sie, so what, welcome. What kommen Sie? Where'd you come from, she said? Where'd you come from?
I mean, it's great that you know your languages. You're so gifted, my friend. You know what I mean? You know.
Davey, here's a wee bit of Gleska for you. The dentist came in and he's this lady got the lady in the chair, and then he says to her, "Comfy," and she goes, "Kilmarnock." Comfy.
That's good.
Comfy, Kilmarnock.
That's right, you know what I mean? It makes sense, doesn't it, honestly?
There I'm getting an invitation to Cumnock.
Oh, Cumnock's a lovely place. It's just over nice. By Castlemilk, you know?
This is Cumnock. So it's down by Ayrshire. So I'll tell you what you're thinking of. But you're thinking of Kilmarnock. You're thinking of Kilmarnock's because Kilmarnock's lovely. It's got all the wee old juices.
John used to do the buses up there, right? In Bride.
Absolutely, East Kilbride route, yes, and drop people off at the roundabout for Kilmarnock. Yes, and then there's.
It's like a wee village.
Oh, it's lovely, beautiful wee village. And then you've got Chateau Olay beside it. And then you've got the Chateau Olay, and then you've got Gargunnock, which is Paisley.
Gargunnock, yeah.
Nick's asking, what's your degree in? That's in dramatic art, Nick. Dramatic art. Davey, wait till I tell you this. I put a wee funny up last night, right?
You put a
a wee funny, just a wee funny thing up. And it was 7 seconds, right? 7 seconds. 2,000 people have seen it. Now you could do an hour's program, and you'd be lucky if you get 2,000. 2,000, 7 seconds.
That's amazing.
What does that tell us? You know what I mean?
I'll need to go and have a wee look at
have a wee look. It's just up. It's just up there. I've got a maroon V-neck and my bonnet on.
Right, your marine V-neck and bonnet. I'll have to have a wee look at, you know.
There's somebody saying, do you like grasshoppers?
Well, obviously, you know, there's hundreds in Spain. Do you know what I mean?
That's right. And crickets, the crickets.
The crickets.
And what is it they call them? El Grillo. El Grillo.
El Grillo, right.
Yes, Grillo, El Grillo. I think that's
El Grillo, right.
I think that's either Italian or Spanish for the cricket.
There you go. It's funny how we don't get these things over here, isn't it?
It's very strange, but you see, when I went into Manchester, they don't have the midges.
Oh, the midges, that's all you're paid in the bums, isn't it, man?
The midges, I'm not going to kid you. That was Kenneth McKellar. The midges are really the limit.
see, summertime, I know you get all of these fruit flies. My house has got fruit flies.
The wee fruit flies, oh yes. Wee souls.
They always come out in summertime, do you know what I mean?
The wee souls, Davy. The wee fruit flies.
I know, the wee time. You can't catch them.
Have you ever...
Sometimes people think... I carry on, son.
No, you carry on. No, you first.
As I say, sometimes people think you imagine a wee fruit fly, it passes your eye, but it's actually a fruit fly.
Have you ever seen anything even smaller? You're just sitting looking at a shelf and you think, did something move there? And you look down and it's something smaller than a pinhead. I don't know what it is.
Well, I'll tell you this, right, I wear glasses, right?
Right.
So, weeks ago, one night, I seen a wee thing past my eyes, and I thought I was trying to catch it, right? Very tiny, as you're saying. But it turns out I had to go to the opticians. I've got floaters in my eyes.
Oh, it was a wee floater.
I've got a few floaters, you know, inside my eyes. My eyes are getting worse, so you had to give me new glasses again. Do you know what I mean?
I thought it was milk you were talking about when you said past your eyes.
And the floaters, remember
the floaters,
them?
the milk floats. Aye, that's right. You could hear them coming.
It's funny having floaters in your eyes because you've got to be able to learn to live with it.
Aye, but no, they'll be able to sort that, Davy. It might be to do with... Is it anything to do with blood pressure, no?
I put a pure yellow dye in. I remember that, and it was quite nippy that day. And then I was had really blood vision for a few hours before I came back to normal.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
for goodness sake.
I know.
No,
Do you have glasses, Scotty? No.
Oh, I have plenty of glasses. You'll see. Have a look at the TikTok video. I'll put them on for you.
Oh, that's right.
Are you watching?
Sorry, back in the old days.
There we are. Look at that. That's me. Got them on there now. I can't see a thing. I can't see any of the close work, you know.
I forgot when you went to a radio program in Edinburgh, you know, when you always had your wee glasses.
I had the wee glasses on because I could see the end of these days. You could look down and see anything you'd written down, you know what I mean? Do you know,
that's right.
I'll let you into a secret. Do you know how much paper I got through during a 3-hour show?
I can believe you get quite a lot of that,
No,
you know.
never more than one A4 page.
Right, there you go.
And some of that was doodling when you had somebody giving it large.
See, when I seen you were driving into your radio show.
That's it.
You were going through the door, and I think there's a wee woman called Jean. You went, good morning, Jean.
Morning, dear. How are you? That's it.
You go, I can see your glasses there.
Oh, it was great stuff. Great stuff, Davey. Well, listen, take great care of you.
Yes, and you as well, my friend.
And we will speak again soon. DINKY-DOO.
Okay, son.
Top man, son. DINKY-DOO. That's you, Davey. Always a good call. Tom and Davey on there for a good blether. We love it. Now, who have we got here? So David says the kiss was innocent. Tom says she's looking to cause a bit of controversy. There were no tongues involved. Correct, Scotty. Grillo is lizard in Italian. Nice call from David there, Tom. The calls, yourself and David, quality calls, I say. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, can you please go down to the bottom left and give me a thumbs up? There we have it. Thumbs up on the YouTube channel, thank you. And also get subscribing, guys, and watching the videos. Lily, DINKY-DOO. If you remember me, if I told you I was going to Scotland about a month ago, and now I'm here. Sprite. Lovely to have you with us. And DINKY-DOO. Fantastic. Now, who have we got here? Was Thatcher a good PM? I don't agree with the damage she did, but the Tories have always done huge damage to the infrastructure of the country so they can bring the bulk of the money to London. and share it out amongst their pals. So there we are. But was she a good prime minister? She was a very good politician. And you knew where you were with her. You were either a fan of Thatcher or you weren't. Whereas the mob we've got in now try to please all the people all the time and end up pleasing nobody. Nobody. Hi, Scotty. Hello, Tess. She shafted the miners. My father's son, you're quite right. She shafted the miners. And that was a very, very bad thing to do. And they weren't properly compensated. They were treated very badly. They were arrested for, fighting back and defending their territory. No. She got a lot wrong. The enemy within. There we have it. Now, it looks like we're going to have to push off, guys. where have you been, my father's son? I am here. Lovely to have you with us, and a big dinky-doo to you. Thank you so much to everybody watching on the TikTok. Make sure you follow me and look at all the videos. And thank you to everybody on the YouTube. It's been a blast. A lot of you won't know we've been up, so share this program because they'll be having their tea and get ready to go out to the football, watch the football, all that nonsense. There you go. Anyway, this is Scottie McClue saying I thank you and dinky-doo to every single one of you. Ta-ra, my loves. Stick out your tongues and say ta-ta. Are we ready? Ta-ta. And again. Ta-ta. Once